favourite. I think I'll probably say that every time I start a recipe off. But Toffee Krispies are so much fun. I mean, so many childhood memories. And we used to create, the lovely thing about Toffee Krispy is you can actually mould it. So you can mould it into a sphere to make a football cake. We've moulded them into dinosaurs. We've done all sorts. But just straightforward bars or squares of Toffee Krispy are brilliant, and they just are very Moorish and sell out very quickly. So here we go. Now, it's such a simple recipe. It's 200 grams of butter, 200 grams of toffees, and 200 grams of marshmallows, and around, I don't know, 350, 400 grams of Rice Krispies, but we just go with the feel of that to test. So the starting point is that you need to melt your butter with the marshmallows and the toffees in a large, ideally non-stick, but it's not a problem. And I think here I'm just going to show you how to easily, I might just get a large knife, divide up a 250 gram block of butter. So it's, sometimes they have markers on, I'm not sure, I'll look at this. Oh yes, that's very useful. There are markers if you just fold down one side of the wrapper. Just, sometimes they need adjusting a little bit because they go off the end a little bit. And then you can just mark one end. If you haven't got that, well, you can mark one end where it's 50. If you haven't got that, what I tend to do is sort of guesstimate one line at the end, and then I go to the middle, and then I go in either side of those. So we've got, I'll just come up straight so you can see. So you can see that there are, 5 different lines, and that each one of those is 50 grams. So when you've done that, it's all super easy. So I'm going to take one of those 50 grams off and have it to one side, and then the rest can just get cut up and go into the pan. So what I tend to do with this is just put those in the pan, and that can go back on the tray, and then that can just go onto a low heat, and it can just start melting while, oops, what's going on here? There we go. Just start melting while we do bits and bobs. So the marshmallows can get opened, and that's very easy. They can just sit on the top of that butter as it melts down. Remember, you just want to, ooh, there's one that got away. I'm going to give that the, what was it, the 2-second rule? And then we are going to have a dairy coffee. Now, it's all very well me doing the 2-second rule in my own kitchen because you and the public are not going to eat it. But if it's in a public situation, you cannot do that, okay? So that's important for me to say. We have to be scrupulously careful with our hygiene and make sure that everything is white and clean and tidy. Right, so this is the job for somebody who's a little bit bored, just opening the toffees and popping them in a bowl. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and I'm going to come back to you in a few minutes. Hi, right, I'm back again. So all the toffees are out of their wrappers now, and they're going to go into that pan, and I've just turned up the heat a little bit. Now the key thing here is that you want all the ingredients to melt before it starts boiling, all right? So it's all very well me turning up the heat, but if I start getting distracted by other things, then it's going to start boiling, particularly before the toffees melt. So get yourself a wooden spoon, and then you can go over and you can just catch an eye on what's going there. So I'm going to take a photograph so you can see exactly what's going on. And we'll just let that do its thing. Now, the heat's come up, just turn that down for a moment. It's good to play around with the heat so it doesn't get out of control. Now, what we've got to sort out now is the tray that it's going to go into. Now, I wanted to show you a few options here because, as I say, it doesn't hugely matter. I have these, what they called catering trays, and I have them in different sizes, and they are very useful. They're pretty heat resistant, so not totally, but for something like this, we could use them to mould the Toffee Krispies. or I've got a small roasting pan. And what I wanted to show you with this one is it's very clever. It's got lovely handles at the edge. But actually, once I've got something set in the bottom there, actually they will stop it falling out. So do make sure you've got straight sides, or even if they're slightly angled, but straight sides. So I'm either going to go with this one, which is a small roasting tray, or this one. We will see, depending on how many Rice Krispies go in today. So that's out of the way for the reason I've shown. And what we're going to do is get a piece of non-stick paper, which again, I will use scissors. Remember, use scissors if you are doing it for selling, because then you can take the whole tray with you and it just looks neat and tidy, all right? And this sheet will work on that, and it will also work on that. So I will make my decision about that a little bit later on. Right, so the critical bit now is going to be watching what's going on with this pan. So I will do another little video so you can see what's going on, and then I will come back to you when it's ready to really concentrate. So there we go. Can you see it's bubbling away? And you just need to stir to melt down, but don't let it get too bubbly before everything is melted, all right? So concentrate, hold onto the pan, stir it until everything is smooth. See you soon. Right, I thought it would be a good idea for me to lift up this pan and actually just bring it right round to you guys here. Excuse me, going round. And show you what's going on, because it's bubbled up and it's all creamy looking. There are still a few little bits that are not melted yet, so don't be frightened of taking it off the heat. I have granite worktop here, so I can put it straight on the heat here, but you may need to organise a heat-proof mat. But absolutely don't be frightened about taking off the heat. So when it's looking really creamy, this is then the next critical bit, because we need to put it back on the heat, and we've got to watch the colour change from that lovely pale golden caramelly colour to just a slightly darker caramel colour. And it's only just a little bit, and I can't give you a precise code or shade because you've just got to do it by eye. But the point of this is that when it's got a little bit darker, the Toffee Krispy will set nicely, and that's what we want, okay? So, over and out, I will just let it boil and get that little bit darker, which will only take a minute or two, and it's important you stir it, and then we'll go and adding the Toffee Krispies. Right, we are nearly here. So, I'm just giving this a lovely stir, and it's important because as you stir, you can see the colour just changing a little bit. I think, you know, good old photographic moment again for you, but maybe even a little video clip for you, because this just all happens in an instant. So there we go. So it's bubbling away. So you're just watching for that colour to change. Now, just be aware that what we have got in the pan here is boiling sugar. So you do need to be very, very sensible about this. Boiling sugar is phenomenally dangerous, and if it lands on your skin, it sticks, okay? So you absolutely don't want that. Sometimes it's actually an idea when you're first doing it to wear those, disposable gloves which can protect you. But you see, I've got a set of oven gloves that I'm holding the pan with now that it's in this dangerous state. And I think just to show you that I've got proper sensible shoes on with socks on and long leggings, so that if anything dribbles down, I'm not going to get hurt. Right, okay, that colour has definitely changed now. I'll bring it over so you can see. You probably won't be able to see on the camera the change, but it's just incremental colour change, darker. And now when we add the Rice Krispies, which we will do here, I know that it's going to set. So, first of all, add a splash. Now, I never normally, worry about the precise measurement, but I will actually. I've actually weighed the box beforehand, and I'll weigh it after so I can give you a very precise measurement, because That's only fair, isn't it? But you just go by feel. Only add a few at a time, and you'll find that you get to a point. If you don't add enough, you just end up with really sticky, really sticky Toffee Krispy. And if you add too much, then it doesn't hold itself together. So getting the right amount is really important. As I say, I've had great fun with this, making football cakes and rugby ball cakes, and I think we've probably done a head somewhere along the line. We've certainly done dinosaurs, I mentioned earlier on. Okay, right. That is looking good. Everything's coated, and I can see the sort of caramel sugar strands pulling between the Rice Krispies. There's no caramel left at the bottom of the tin, so I would say that that is really perfect. So another little photo view for you here to show you that stage. So you can really see what it's meant to look like. And then we will now pop it into the tray. Now I think I'm going to go for deeper ones this time. And if you're going for deeper ones, something you can do is just get your scissors, and I like to do it this way. When there's a mixture that's not a runny one, you can plonk your thing in there, and just, it's easiest if you use a pen, just you can do a mark from the corner of the tin out to the edges. Now, once you know what tin you're going to use, you can do this in advance, and then before you add the Toffee Krispies. But I'm just going to do it now, and cut that down to the point. And this is useful because this will then sit beautifully. Now I'm just turning the heat off there, so I can turn it off. The biro is now at the bottom on the outside, and that will just fit in beautifully, and those corners will sit really nicely. So that's a lovely, simple way of lining a tin. Now, let's get that Toffee Krispy in before it sets. In it goes. Absolutely delicious. If you need to get a spare pair of hands, somebody else to help you, do that. Make sure all the Toffee Krispy is out, and then I'm going to put this straight in the sink because that will start rinsing. Now, at this point, I'm going to get my palette knife. So that's a nice flexible baking knife, and we'll just spread it around. It's a little bit got away there, and use that to spread it down. So you want really nice, crisp edges. Now, I can remember when the kids were primary school, we sometimes used to do these in little individual paper cases. But to be honest, that's just quite faffy. Takes much longer, and I prefer on a cake stand to see a nice square block. And what is nice to think about, and what I have thought about with all these recipes, that they're all going to be slightly contrasting. So if you were to do them all together, or pick 3 of them, or whatever, you'd have a really lovely, nice contrast on your table, which makes it all more appealing. And what happens is that then people start going, oh, Bee's got a really great cake stand. Her cake sale's coming up next week. Make sure I've got some money for it. Right. Look at that, it's setting really well already. Don't get too carried away. So what I'm going to do now, again, another photo, and then this is going to need to sit. Leave it for an hour or so. You know, ideally these kind of things I make and then I leave them overnight, and then I'm not tempted to go and taste them. But that will be perfect when it's cold. Rock cold, you'll feel it solid, and we can do the cutting up a little bit later on. So, hooray! Toffee Krispy at the ready. Job done. We can go on to the next recipe. Hi, and now the Toffee Krispies. So these come out of their container and onto a board, and it's lovely. Really lovely, solid brick. Oh, shiny, delicious. Now, I quite like the Toffee Krispy in bars, and I like when I'm doing a display that things are slightly different shapes as well. So what we'll do is, instead of doing this into 12, we'll do it into bars. So the usual kind of thing, find your halfway point on both sides using your eye, and then merge the two. So again, this lovely big chef's knife is really worth its weight in gold because of that deep thing. Now I've got to decide whether I want, now I think I can get away with narrow ones. Okay, so again, cut all the way through, brilliant, and then we'll through half again. Fantastic. And when you get that lovely crunch, that's the indication that you did absolutely the right amount of what I call toffee boiling. Oh, I tell you what, 2 adult kids are going to be in the kitchen quite shortly, and I bet you they go for these first. Right, okay, so that's into 8 lengthways, and then we'll turn it around this way, and again, do your eye up at that point, and then you can sort of mark it actually all the way down, score it, and then you can go properly. Look at that. Fantastic. Right, so these are Toffee Krispies, and what's fun is that you can actually stack them up on a display, a bit like Jenga. Something like that. So always fun to have a bit of variation on your cake stand. That's what I think anyway. So there's the Toffee Krispy. Well done.